Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
So the fact of the matter is, you've been asked to leave. You have to leave. You have to wear masks in here. By not wearing masks, you're breaching the current legislation in regards to the Emergency Act, and you can be charged $750 tickets. So.
Yeah, I was on the website this morning. Again, I caught wind of this unfolding here at the market.
This is us telling
No,
you you have to
I realize I'm not.
So.
I mean, I'm just reporting here.
Okay, so let's step
And
outside.
sorry, what's your name?
Donnelly.
Donnelly.
Come on.
Recently, I've been getting lots of concerned emails from individuals that there are several layers, pun intended, to the mask mandate apparently being enforced without exception, which are being heavily aggressive in their enforcement. And I have the footage to prove it. I'm Tamara Ugolini with Rebel News, and in light of what's happened to Adam Skelly, I'm also bringing you more concerning authoritative overreach during the peak second wave in what officials would have you believe a super spreader event with aggressive agitators. Except what started out as coverage of an individual who is exempt from the mask mandate simply ordering a coffee at a Subway in a mall on a chilly Saturday morning turned into an altercation with police where I was able to ask a lot of pointed questions with very little answers. Check it out. Can you tell me a little bit about what the altercation was that ensued here this morning?
Oh, I just came in here to warm up for a few minutes because I'm here to support the people that are here, and the security guard over here comes in and tries to bully me and intimidate me and tell me I'm trespassing. Okay, and I made it clear that the rules here at this mall don't supersede provincial law. For Peterborough, the mask mandate, no, I don't see it ending because they're trying to put Peterborough in a yellow zone now, even though Peterborough has virtually no COVID cases. Since the beginning, we never had a curve. There was never a first wave. There's certainly not a second wave, but people in Peterborough want to keep tightening things up, and everybody in this city is just going along with it. I think it's just fine that their freedoms and their rights are being taken away, and I'm just shocked at the way people are just laying down and having their rights taken away from them, the rights that our grandfathers fought for in the world wars. They'd be rolling over in the graves if they saw what was going on, okay? And these people just sit back while they're taken away.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the policy you have in place here with the masking?
It's on the door.
Right, and so I was actually on the Peterborough Public Health website this morning, and it clearly denotes in there that exemptions exist and they are to be honored, and that someone with an exemption does not need to provide proof of that exemption. Are you honoring that same mandate? Is that the mandate you're honoring? How long do you intend to enforce this mandate? Is there an end in sight for the mandate? What do you hope to achieve by enforcing this mandate, and is there a way to measure the efficacy of not allowing people with mask exemptions into this space? Have you received public health guidance on how to enforce the mandate and what you're planning to achieve by doing so? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was being asked to leave. I'm just here reporting on a story that I've been informed about you not abiding by the exemptions that are in place.
Anyway. So the fact of the matter is, you've been asked to leave. You have to leave. You have to wear masks in here. By not wearing masks, you're breaching the current legislation in regards to the Emergency Act, and you can be charged $750 tickets. So.
Yeah, I was on the website this morning. Again, I caught wind of this unfolding here at the market.
This is us telling
No,
you you have
I
to
realize I'm not.
So.
I mean, I'm just reporting here.
Okay, so let's step
And
outside.
sorry, what's your name?
Donnelly.
Donnelly.
Come on.
Oh, there's someone's immune system we found.
So you're
so-
still on private property.
Oh, where does the
Yep.
private property end?
On the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk.
You mind grabbing
And
some identification while you're at it, please?
sorry?
You mind grabbing some identification?
I actually don't have it on me, but if you'd like, we can walk to my vehicle and I can provide that to you. So it seems that the mandate enforced by public health, which I was just on their website this morning, it does allude to the fact that exemptions exist and they should be respected, and that no one has to prove that they are exempt from the mask mandate. So why is that not being upheld here in Peterborough? Are either of you familiar with the mandate set out by public health? I wasn't actually asked to leave, and I did leave because I understand that you showed up to enforce. I'm not sure what exactly. What are you enforcing
The
here?
Trespass to Property Act.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And under that, you have to identify yourself.
Yeah.
So
So we're going to do that. I'm going to my vehicle to identify myself. In the meantime, we're just walking, and I'm wondering, the public health mandate states that exemptions exist, and no one should be denied service, and that they don't have to prove why they have an exemption. So
then you can file a human rights complaint. I don't care. But at this point in time, you've been asked to leave. So we're going this way.
And so, sorry, did I leave? Am I inside that building? Am I on public property?
Yeah.
Now? Did I leave the Market Square?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
After
Yep.
the police
Yeah.
had to be called.
You may make a
After-
valid
Oh,
point.
I don't think the police were called because I wouldn't leave.
That's what we're getting told. So
Okay, I have it all on camera.
that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
And you're not enforcing the mandate by public health that exemptions exist. Is that correct?
Which one's your car?
Yeah, this is my vehicle here.
Okay. Do you mind grabbing your identification, please? Sure.
I am identifying myself here to this police officer Donnelly. Who won't answer any questions apart from allegedly enforcing a Trespass to Property Act, where I was conducting reporting some incidences of mask exemptions not being honored. And that's pretty clearly outlined on the public health website here in Peterborough region. Not sure why the police aren't simultaneously upholding that clearly outlined exemption mandate in Peterborough. I'm just trying to understand what exactly is going on here, because I'm getting a lot of mixed information from the public health unit and simultaneously a security guard and now the police. Can you help me, clarify what's going on? Nothing. Aren't people supposed to be able to come to the police to get clarification on these rules and mandates and orders? I mean, can you make sense of it? The public health guidelines says exemptions exist and no one should have to be denied service or provide proof of their exemption. And here I am being told that these individuals were trespassing. I mean, I personally wasn't asked to leave, and I gladly did leave. I'm not here to stir the pot. I'm just here to report, gentlemen. Can you clarify for me what's going on here? Will there be a bylaw officer called to help clarify? I understand that they may be the ones who are more so enforcing this mandate. Have they been called?
You can direct any of those questions to Peterborough Public Health.
Yeah, I was on their website earlier, and that's where I seem to be getting a bit of conflicting information. So who can provide that? Because public health, they say exemptions exist and that no one should be denied service, and they don't have to provide proof of their exemption. So again, what's happening here?
We're here investigating a Trespass to Property Act matter. I don't know what you're referring to.
I completely respect.
We're not here to make sense of things. We're just here to do our job.
So even if your job doesn't make sense, you're here to still do
It may
it?
not make sense to you, but it makes sense to other people.
Well, can you clarify for me then?
I've
Because
tried, but you
You're
just keep
asking-
asking loops. You're trying to get bits for your show here, so I'm not going to engage in it. No.
Peterborough Public Health enforces stuff related to COVID and that kind of thing. Okay.
so the masks, they should be enforcing that these individuals wear the mask?
If Peterborough Public Health does an investigation about a business being in violation of the policies that are in place, then they call us, and then we can do enforcement at that point. But we're not investigating it.
Do you get any complaints on the other side of businesses not allowing for medical exemptions?
I can't say that I have.
Are you writing me a ticket currently?
Yeah, just for failing to leave when directed.
Okay, so I wasn't actually asked to leave. I was simply interviewing a gentleman who was asked to leave.
Well, we're getting a statement from security that's saying otherwise. If you have a recording that shows differently, then that'll be great evidence for you to use in court. So it sounds like there's been a little bit of a misunderstanding.
I was trying to radio them the whole time, and that's why I ended up leaving. Okay, so I went and talked to the security guard, talked to the other officer. You showed up after the other group was asked to leave. He assumed you were a part of that group, which is why we were under the impression that you were told to leave, and you didn't. He says that he never directly told you to leave, probably because I guess you came in afterwards because they were the ones refusing. So you're not going to get a ticket for trespassing today, but you are trespassed from this property, okay?
So what does that mean?
It means you can't go back into that property.
Okay, so I'm trespassed like
From Peterborough
for
Square property.
forever, or how long?
He didn't tell me. So you can call their office and you can inquire about that. But at this point in time, you're no longer welcome on that property, and you can take it up with their administration over the
They
phone.
didn't specify a date or no. And so I'm just was wondering. Thank you again for your time. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. I'm just, a lot of people are just really confused. They're trying to make sense of this whole situation, and I'm trying to help them do that because it's hard to navigate. I mean, public health on one end is saying something, and then it looks like police are enforcing something else. And where does this become a cohesive situation? There's so many segregated parts, and they don't seem to come together very well.
Talk to public health. Yeah.
Did you hear that? That's the Peterborough police officer telling me to bring it up with public health because apparently the health overlords enforce the COVID stuff. I wanted to dig further, and here is what I found. Apparently, all municipal bylaws and local health unit orders are now cohesively regulated under the Reopening of Ontario Act, specifically Regulation 364-20. It specifically states that masks are required, but that exemptions exist, and goes on to list all of the reasons that individuals are exempt, in bracket 6, that it is, quote, not necessary for a person to present evidence of their exceptions. That seems to be pretty clearly laid out, except the situation at the mall was apparently criminal enough for police to be called. So when I did reach out to public health, I again wanted to know who enforced the other side. Here's what I found. I'm wondering specifically who upholds the health mandate that exemptions, they exist. It's very clearly outlined on your website that exemptions exist and that people need not be denied service and that proof of an exemption does not need to be provided. So I'm just wondering who upholds that section of the mask mandate.
I can confirm this for you, and I just want to check with the manager who handles enforcement from the public health side. My understanding, though, but I will want to confirm this, is that any of the regulations under the Reopening Ontario Act that the province has put in place can be enforced by, municipal bylaw officers, by the city or county or OPP police, as well as public health inspectors. So anybody who's got like a provincial enforcement mandate can uphold this provincial legislation. Could you put your question in an email, because it'll be easier for me to make sure we're getting your words accurately in terms of the question you're asking, and I'll share that with my colleague, and then we can get back to you with an answer.
Is there not someone who knows this stuff off the top of their head? I mean, you're public health. Shouldn't people be able to come to you for these answers off the bat?
I have colleagues who know this information, yes, very well, but I have to connect you with them.
Okay. As asked, I outlined all of my 12 specific questions and sent them along to the media contact, Brittany, at Peterborough Public Health. This was her response. Quote, "Thank you for your email. Unfortunately, we are unable to accommodate your request at this time. I would suggest following up with the Ministry of Health regarding your questions concerning the provincial masking mandate at media.moh@ontario.ca. So basically, no one can answer my questions despite an entire day of reporting, in-person interaction with police, several phone calls, and several emails later. For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini. If you like the story and coverage I'm bringing you today, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Rebel News YouTube channel. Oh, and sign up to our mailing list at rebelnews.com just in case the Ministry of Truth decides to throw the book at our platform. That's rebelnews.com.